as is Yasmin Jauregui.
Pronto. Listo. Fight.
This fight clock is brought to you by Proper Number 12 Irish Whiskey. Yasmin Jauregui is 1 year removed to the day of when she fought 3 times in one night and won the tournament last year on August 13th. She's in the big show tonight.
I think we were on the wall before when I said, don't pick this time now because they're making the UFC debut to take a break, to go to the bathroom, whatever. This fight's going to be something. Jauregui fights at an insane pace. She's so aggressive. The hands are like lightning. The left leg, keep an eye on that one. And on the flip side, Lucindo, heavy hands, good 1-2s, big wrestling. Look at these.
Heavy exchange in the middle. Lucindo looks game for the challenge.
Could you imagine, UFC debut, 3rd fight from the top, in front of a full crowd? It's a dream. No, you don't get that, right? You usually got to fight in the early prelims.
Had to go through 2 months of the Ultimate Fighter.
Ultimate Fighter, yeah, like seriously. And then when you won the Ultimate Fighter, you went back to the prelim.
No, I didn't. I opened up a main card, pay-per-view, my first one. Thank you, sir. Well, thank you, Dana, I should say.
Yeah, I didn't make that decision. I would have put you on the prelims.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have stayed there. As I say, when I was doing the research on these 2 ladies this week, every fight that I watched, I was like, wow. Because at first you think, why are they so high? You know, they're making their UFC debut. But then I watched their fights, I was like, oh, this makes sense.
I asked Yasmin, like, was she surprised to be this high? She goes, yes. I didn't expect, but she says, I promise we'll do it.
The right hand, Lucindo firing back.
Massive shots. Wow. Lucindo hurt her. Jauregui has the speed. Lucindo has the power.
That's one of the areas in which you saw on Jauregui, is that she's very fast, she's very good, but she doesn't exit as quickly as she should after throwing combinations. She's far too willing to stay in the fight.
Yeah, I agree.
The chants from this pro-Mexico crowd just across the border for Yasmin Jauregui. Connection with the combination for Yasmin Lucindo. I mentioned she turned pro at 14 years old. Just to fill that in a little bit more, she grew up in a violent household. She witnessed domestic violence. She started training martial arts to defend her family, the most honorable of intentions, and turns out she loved it enough to become a pro fighter. Here she is at 20 years old on the biggest stage.
Actually had her first fight at 14 years old.
Crazy.
Every time when Lucindo throws, it's 2, 3, 4 big hooks. Look at that. And she really commits to every shot. Torques from the feet through to the waist to the shoulders.
Nice right lands for Lucindo.
Nice push kick.
Final 90 seconds of round 1. When they go, they go.
Absolutely. It's Lucindo. When she goes, she attacks, man. Now, for Jauregui, this is probably the best. Pick her apart from the outside.
Typically, you see Jauregui use the left high kick on the end of a combination. She hasn't thrown that yet. I think it will be a good shot because it's going to be an equalizer in terms of power, because Lucindo's swinging those big wild hooks, you know, and the natural shots, there it is, that Jauregui has, the straight shots, they're not as powerful. So therefore, Lucindo isn't really respecting it. She doesn't feel the danger. But if she starts throwing those head kicks up there, that's going to make her second guess those things.
Well, I think what's happening is Jauregui is trying to match the intensity, right? Because she's been hit, so she's fighting with her spirit a little bit opposed to her brains. She fights with her brains, and she fights smart. She'll keep it at range and just kind of pick her apart.
Final 10, knees to the body from each. Second round is coming up.
Respira, quita el bucal.
Breathe, breathe,
Pon
come
el hielo,
on.
por favor. Dale agua.
Put some ice, put some water, come on.
Respira profundo. Otra
Breathe
vez.
deep, okay, one more time. All right.
Otra vez.
Another time.
Otra vez.
All right, another time.
Ya, nomás
You need more.
está aplantando mucho los golpes. Toca.
Listen, you're planting your foot too much. You need to move more. You need to move. You need to move and get out. All right.
No tires aquileras, tira mínimo un jab,
Listen,
que la vea. ¿Ok? Y definimos la lucha bien.
We need to define it. This is how we define the fight. We need to start moving around a little bit. Be smart. You need to use more quickness. Okay?
Bien, bien. Tú tienes más carro que ella, ¿eh? ¿Sí?
You have more than her.
Tú eres la mejor.
Okay, you're better than her. Okay?
¿Qué? Nomás está tirando pesado.
Season 6 of Dana White's Contender Series is back and better than ever all summer long. The series that has launched so many UFC careers has returned with a bang. Coming off another week with 3 contracts handed out. Tuesday must-see for any fight fan exclusively on ESPN+. Round 2 of 3 underway at strawweight. Yasmin Jauregui and Yasmin Lucindo, both UFC debuts tonight.
I mean, round 1 was kind of a wild pace with these two young ladies. They're in tip-top condition. I don't see it slowing. They're both such incredibly talented young prospects.
And you said, Michael, watch that left kick of Jauregui. She's thrown it up top several times.
Yeah, it's really fast.
You heard the Jauregui corner. Tell her, you're better. Just fight your fight. Because she...
Oh! I tell you what, though, Lucindo's got a chin. She just got rocked there. Her head went to the side. Didn't bat an eyelid.
Not even.
Continued going forward.
That was a nice left hook. Lucindo's throwing everything wide, but if you watch that hook, it missed. But that was tight. The elbow was tight. If that lands, you're in trouble.
I mean, you can hear that one echo around the arena.
Oh, she hurt.
Massive left hook.
She's hurt. Lucindo got hurt.
Right hard from the takedown. Good takedown defense by Jauregui.
Defense, yes.
Oh, and an elbow as she tried to break out, unable to do so for Jauregui.
Jauregui has to use that underhook. She's got to continue to lift it to turn. Once her back gets to the center, she can try to break away. Now, if you're Jauregui, you can actually try to push away, start to get your hands on the hips or at the shoulders to try to create some space, because now you're winning the striking exchanges.
Jauregui just walks back to the center of the octagon. It's like, here's where we're going to fight, right here on this monster side.
Well, she's done a very good job of staying upright, because if there was ever a time where Lucindo needed to get a takedown, that was right then. But look at the demeanor of Jauregui.
Yep.
She's just forward, hands high, just moving into it.
I mean, she's mean, but they both are. That applies to both ladies. Yeah, the thing is, Lucindo's telegraphing the shots a little bit. Anytime she's really loading up and swinging, generating that power. You know, from a distance like that, if you're going to go first when you telegraph it, you're not going to have much success. When Jauregui closes the distance with the straight 1-2s, then she's going to find the mark a little bit, like she did just then.
And it lands early, right? Until you get somebody's time in those big looping strikes, even if they're loading up, they may land. But once you get their timing, you start to see it and you know where it comes from.
Well, what Jauregui should do is that throw feints, try and draw it out of her, and then we can miss it with the looping shot. Oh! Get her after, make her miss, make her pay.
There's those looping punches from Lucindo.
Yeah, she's thought about a Superman punch, Jauregui, and then paid the price for hesitating from Lucindo.
First spinning attack of the night for Jauregui. Got a little too close there.
Jauregui, while training, is a mom, has a 5-year-old kid. Says that it helps her in her preparation, knowing she's fighting for the kids. She was very good in the fighter meeting the other day. It was very good to talk to her and kind of get to know her a little bit.
Holding the edge in significant strikes through the first 9+ minutes.
I was going to say, only 23 years old, but very mature. Having a child young will do that to you. You're forced to grow up. It's just no longer about you. That was a slip or a stumble.
Yeah, but Lucindo doesn't think it is.
Oh, that's a little momentum for Lucindo as she tried to walk her down.
She got hit with a left hook there.
Oh, takedown attempt for Jauregui. Nice counter.
Lucindo is tough, man.
Huge shots from both. Wow. Late stages of round 2. Set the stage for round 3 after this.
What a fight.
Pode sentar.
Sit
Bom
down.
round, tá? Bom round.
Very good
O que pode
round,
ter feito
all
a
right?
diferença foi aquela mão no início, pode ter dado pra ela.
Okay, maybe
tá?
it turned her away, maybe the
Respira.
start over there when she started putting her hand on her, okay? You're feeling her hand a little bit. You're not? No? That's you. She's feeling yours, all right? You need to show your power. I just need to, when you hit her back from actually giving a cross, hit her back.
Y luego quiero como 2-3 golpes. ¿sí?
I want 1, 2, 3. I want 1, 2, 3 strikes. Okay? You can't just do one.
Si es muy agresiva, Bendix, jala y contraataca.
When she's coming too aggressive at you, you just wait a little bit and just counterattack on her. Okay? Touch, and get out. Touch, and get out. All right? Last round, okay? Last round.
Right here, you see Jauregui laying a beautiful left hook right on the chin. But that speaks to the toughness of Lucindo. And then a right hand right on the chin. Lucindo is tough, man. And these two women are putting on a show.
Oh, putting on a show is an understatement. Listen, Mrs. Bisping at home, she's seen it all. She's texting me right now saying, oh my word, these ladies are crazy in the best possible way. I told you, don't miss this one. They are putting on quite the display.
And at the end of round 2, Dana White gave him a standing ovation after the exchange in the final seconds.
I mean, how can you not? I mean, both these ladies are leaving it all on the line, emptying the gas tank, giving everybody what they want to see, and living up to the hype.
Did you see what Jauregui just did, though? She did exactly what her coaches told her. She said when she gets a bit wild, just back up and reset.
Yep. Well,
don't stay in the range. Yep, don't stay in range.
Throw a little feint. Make her throw a hook, back off, make a miss, come back in, make a pay.
Meanwhile, the corner of Yasmin Lucindo, DC, was it you saying earlier, she has the edge in power. Make her feel your power.
Yes.
And she does so there.
They're saying she's feeling your shots. You got to throw more of them.
Yeah, well, because, you know, throwing those looping shots like that, the big, powerful hooks, they are more powerful than the straight shots. You know, she kind of reminds me a little bit of a fast female version of Chris Lieben back in the day.
Yeah, she's very, very, very tough, mean, forward pressure, big looping shots. Just really trying to cause an accident, right? You know, like driving a car to cause an accident.
Oh, she's trying to cause an accident.
Yeah, she's
trying to cause some damage.
Oh, nice left hook there by Lucindo.
Found the mark.
These girls have good chins.
Oh, you think?
And I mean, 23 and 20 years old.
And it's such a shame, really, that they had to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, one of them's going to lose.
Their UFC debut, yep.
They are both, they're going to be ranked at some point in the future. I just feel it.
They're going to be both ranked, and they'll have already experienced a high-level fighter in their debut. So there's two sides to the coin.
Correct.
Another exchange, both landing. It was Jauregui who led the combination. There's a nice right hand from Jauregui. Halfway through the final rounds.
Oh, yeah, right hand. Yeah, beautiful shot.
Yeah, I mean, good luck scoring this. I mean, because both on every exchange, I mean, typically it's Jauregui leading. She connects, but then Lucindo counters. And the strikes, Jauregui's ahead 86 to 76. But I do feel there's been more impact from Lucindo's shots.
Well, yeah, for sure. And you got to think, Jauregui was out by way more than that going into the third round. So it would say that Lucindo's having a good third.
And look at that, though. Look at the balance.
Yeah.
The balance, the head movement, comes in 1-2, rolls under, throws a right hand. They are very polished.
They're both very good fighters. And Lucindo's 20 years old, man.
One of the biggest punches of the fight from Jauregui. Landed that left to end the combination. Look at Lucindo hanging right in the pocket.
I mean, they're both just fighting at the same pace. They're in tremendous shape. Neither looking fatigued.
Lucindo switching things up, going to the body there. Not a bad idea, because it looks like it's going to take a bullet to the head to put either of them down. You know, when that ain't working, go to the body.
Significant strikes.
Sorry, got a bit
Lucindo
excited.
pulling ahead in the third round. 1 minute to go in this great fight between these budding contenders at strawweight. But already the deepest division on the women's side of things in the UFC.
And the crowd are loving what they're seeing. They're chanting away now.
But even in the first round, right? Lucindo had Jauregui hurt early.
Yes.
Started with a big left hook and rocked her. It's a very close fight.
Incredibly close fight. Incredibly entertaining. What an incredible debut for both ladies.
They said that it would be fun. It has absolutely been that.
Another big right hand on the 1-2 from Jauregui. Skips to the right.
15 seconds left. Wait for the final exchange.
They've been going
There
for
it
the
is,
final
10 seconds.
Final seconds of the debut for these young stars on the rise. Yasmin Jauregui, Yasmin Lucindo, 23 years old and 20 years old, respectively.
Well, fight fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. The totals are 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28. All for your winner by unanimous decision. Se mantiene invicta de Tijuana, Yasmin Jauregui.